Hi, my name is Gabby Dizon, co-founder of Alto. I've been in the game industry for the last 16 years and was part of the team that released the first game to ever come out of the Philippines. For the last 5 years, I've been running a game studio called Altitude Games out of Manila in the Philippines. The game industry is a multi-billion dollar one, but it's hard for game creators to make a sustainable living. My personal mission is to help game developers create a sustainable living out of the games we make, and that's why we founded Alto.
Hi, I'm Chase Rio, co-founder and CEO of Alto.io. We are currently building a suite of tools that will enable traditional game developers to build elements of their games on the blockchain, and I will let our CTO Paul explain that further soon after this. I first got into crypto back in early 2017 and soon after worked with my co-founders to build an ecosystem centered around games and blockchain. I started out in finance back in 2005 for HSBC and eventually Merrill Lynch. For most of my career, I was involved in private retail banking and enterprise tech, mostly in a learning and development capacity. In between these times, I was also dabbling into different industries, working for a Singaporean telco firm and tech company Apple. In mid-2011, I took a sabbatical and decided to move to China in a small town called Yangzhou, which completely changed the trajectory of my career. And the succeeding years resulted in a series of serendipitous events that led me to Chengdu, working for a mobile gaming company doing marketing and business development. I have always been an avid gamer, and this experience reignited that passion. I eventually moved to Shenzhen to join Reality Squared Games as CMO, where I built and led their marketing company, or the marketing team, with a heavy focus on digital transformation and developer relations. All these led me to where I am now in Alto, working our best to make as much difference as we can in the blockchain and gaming space.
Hello, I'm Paul Gaddy. I am one of the co-founders and the Chief Technology Officer of Alto.io. A brief background on me: I have a bachelor's degree in computer science and a master's degree in technology management from the University of the Philippines. And I've been developing and managing software projects for more than 15 years, but my core specialty is in game development. Before founding Alto.io, I worked with several game companies. These included multinational ones such as Gameloft to other companies that I co-founded. These include Nino Mobile and Altitude Games, which is one of Alto's sister game companies. I've also been involved in the local game community as well. I've organized a few hackathons, such as the Global Game Jam here in Manila, and I've taught some of the elective classes for game and graphics programming in the local universities. Here at Alto.io, we're making tools that will allow game developers to create open ecosystems built on the blockchain. So we're starting with our first product called the Alto Forge, which is a tool and a set of open source code that will allow game developers to easily create NFTs and integrate them into their games. So what we see happening is as blockchain becomes more of a mature technology, game developers will start using them to be able to create a new kind of games that have open ecosystems and games that interact with each other through the use of virtual items that are stored on the blockchain. So we call these new kinds of games crypto games, and we want to be the de facto platform where game developers will go to when they start making these new kinds of crypto games.